What up? What up? What's up, Serectness? I'm here. What's up? I'm a whole vibe. My Isha. What's up, everybody? Sorry I'm back. I had the mic off for a minute as I was getting my dinner prepared. Um, what's up? What's up, y'all? I was over here making me a barbecue and slaw sandwich, a burger. Let's see. So there you go, barbecue and slaw. So that's dinner today. So how you doing, Grateful too? How are you doing? I gotta put some hot sauce on this. So what's up, everybody? I'm back. I want to talk about a couple things. Seeing in the news. Man, when good morning becomes deadly? Cobb County, Georgia. I think it happened about a week ago or so. Young lady was jogging in the morning. She said good morning to a young man. 20, I think he was 20, like 21. She said good morning. And he then proceeded to try to run her over. She said all she said was good morning. And thank you, Grateful too. And I'm like, you can make this at home instead of going to cookout and paying $4 for a hamburger. I mean, a barbecue. You can make it yourself. Mm. And guess what? With that hot sauce, I just saved me $3 for this sandwich. I got $1 sandwich here that would have cost me almost four. Wait a minute. It would probably cost me almost $5 at cookout. So yeah, but yeah, that's dinner today. But yeah, did y'all hear about the story? So you gotta be careful out here. Like you say, you never know who you're dealing with out here. Simple good morning. She got hit 2 times. I think he may have hit her at least twice. And then she took cover behind the garbage dumpster and called the police. They arrested him. He tried to get away. He crashed his car. But a simple good morning. Just don't say nothing to nobody, I guess, anymore. I don't know what the world is coming to when you can't say good morning. Reddit says, wow. Mm-hmm. I know I've seen movies where people trigger people in the car with road rage and then they become the person's worst nightmare. They follow them, they try to harm them, but wow, just good morning? That's crazy. And I had to double check now because I know a lot of these stories sometimes are AI generated and they seem so real, but hold for a second, guys. I had to check so to make sure it wasn't AI generated because it seems so crazy. But it's not AI generated. But I thought it was because I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So again, like I said, I double checked. Um, hold for a second. News source, WKRC. A Georgia man, and this is for educational and entertainment and information purposes, under the 1976 use, all that stuff. But anyway, it says like 21-year-old Jesse Allen Davis is charged with aggravated assault and hit and run in connection with the July 19th incident in Marietta, DeKalb County Police said. He attempted to run over the lady 3 times. Um, the woman told the police she said good morning to Davis as she jogged past him. After Davis got into his vehicle, police said he drove toward her and attempted to strike her multiple times without provocation. Okay, he didn't hit her. He attempted to. So that's where the assault come from. 911. She called 911 and told the dispatcher she had taken cover behind the garbage can. So let me correct that. He did not hit her. He attempted to. A nearby resident told WSP-TV that the driver nearly hit both of him and the jogger while speeding through the neighborhood. He fled and struck another vehicle before crashing into a utility pole. They arrested Davis at the scene. He's in jail without a bond. A court date has not been scheduled. I'm pretty sure they're going to do a mental health assessment on him. I'm pretty sure they're going to do a mental health assessment on him. 21 years old. And he was hell bent on running her over. That's something. Hey, Liza, how are you? That's crazy. What do? You got to be careful now. Do you want to say good morning to almost anybody now after that? You have to look at somebody twice before you say good morning? I don't know. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Good evening, Drake Queen. So good morning to the wrong person can cause you your life. Wow. And we saw something similar to that when we saw the young lady in Walmart. She told the girl, you could have said thank you when I hold the door open for you. That cost her life. That encounter cost that lady her life. She opened the door for a person. Then she told the person, you could have said thank you. I opened the door for you. The person, they got into an argument. The person went back to her car, got her her weapon, followed the lady around into Walmart and unalived her. If you open the door for somebody and they don't say nothing, just keep it moving. Heck, don't open the door. If you don't feel, because you know people today, you can't judge who's going to say good morning or not. Either open it and just keep it moving, or don't open it and just let the door shut in there. Don't do it. And expect somebody, I know the expectation is a thank you, but the word of the world moving today, if you open the door, they don't say anything, just count it as your generosity and them not knowing any better. That's it. I normally open the door and don't think anything of it. I normally open the door and just don't think anything of it. People open the door for me a lot, and I just say thank you. But if I open the door and somebody don't say nothing, I normally just keep it moving. Okay. It's just something I do automatically sometimes. Let me chat filter off. Lydia says she remember that. So how are you guys doing? I'm back. I'm just saying, what do you guys think? Give me your input. What'd you do? What would you do? It is sad. So you're welcome. Yep. The head just get you welcome in. Yeah, some people just don't have it. They just don't care. They don't care, or they just don't feel the need to say anything. They just don't don't say thank you, or you. Mm-hmm. Yes, I say you're welcome if they don't say anything. Yeah, you can say you're welcome and just keep it moving. I would watch. Do you watch your tone? Do you say it a slick way, or you just say you're welcome, or do you say it in a way that can make them look back and say, "Huh? What you say?" How do you say it? Do you say it in a way, again, to make somebody feel a certain kind of way that they're going to look back at you, and or you just say you're welcome in that tone that will say, I acknowledge you, let's keep it moving. Because I'm afraid if you say it in a slick way, they be looking for that too sometimes. You welcome, and then they stop and look back. You got something to say? I didn't ask, you know, that moment where they feel you might be trying to slight them. You say it in a happy tone. Okay, so you say it in a tone where this ain't no I'm not looking for no confrontation. Yeah, because sometimes they be looking for that tone that would give them reasons to encounter with you or engage with you even a little bit more. Because I say it with a smile. I say it a lot at work. We have a lot of ignorant customers. Laugh out loud. Yeah, say what and just let them keep it moving. You know, I just got to be careful these days because you don't know, people sometimes may just be not having a good day, or they hell bent on doing something horrible today. They went bad, something went bad, and all they said is, I need somebody just to set it off. There are people that go out with that mindset. They got something bad happening in their life, something they can't manage, and they go out, they set their mind to go out and just say, somebody say something to me. They need a reason, right, to set it off. So they like their mental state is laying in wait for somebody just to do something, say something, look at me a strange way. You never know what that person is on that day. What hasn't, and it may have nothing to do with you. You just were the person that said something to them, looked at them, and they're going to take it out on you. And you may have not even been the target. You're just the person in the wrong place at the wrong time. And a lot of times that's the case. Wrong place, wrong time. You were not the intended target, but you are the person in that place. You may look like the person, you may smell like the person, you may sound like the person, or they don't care. You just in the way, and you are the target. A lot of rude elderly people these days too. I had a man the other day, y'all. Promise you. I was at doing something. I was in a transition at work. And no, I gotten off work. And okay, imagine this. Look at this. We are in a lane. Okay? He wants to turn, well, he appears to be in a right only turning lane. We're in traffic. I have nowhere to go. You just caught a stray. Yep. Some of these people can be made, but most are elderly. Yep, sometimes they are. And this was an older man. He had to be at least 70, late 70s, looked to be in his 80s, just by what he looked like. So I'm in the lane going straight. It's two lane. He's in the turning lane. We are in traffic. I have nowhere to go. He is blowing. Okay, he is blowing. I don't have anywhere to go. I'm not saying anything to this dude. I'm just looking like we're nothing. I'm just like, ain't nowhere to go. You're gonna have to wait. Traffic started moving. I'm thinking he is going to turn right, but just didn't have enough room to make the right turn. No, y'all. He gets up on my car, gives me looks at me and gives me the middle finger. Oh, the old Rhonda. Yeah. Oh, the old Rhonda did not come out. Mm-hmm. He gave me the middle finger and old man, y'all, Caucasian man, gave me the middle finger and whew, that old me would have want to make his day, cuss him out, but no. Mm-mm. I proceeded to. Oh no! Now I struggled. Now don't get it twisted. I struggled. It was a struggle for me not to, cause he stayed. I pulled off, right? So we pulled off. This man made all this noise, not even turning right. He came and went straight, and he held traffic up behind me. He wasn't even going anywhere. He wasn't. He had. I can still see him. He's going about 10 miles an hour. You're blowing to go nowhere. He st- he blew all that time just to drive slow. Just to drive slow. He had all kind of room to come past me, all kind of room to go do what he wanted to do. He did not. He backed traffic up, driving slow. I can see him, right? He went, man, this dude was just on something. And again, I didn't say anything. I wanted to. I struggled. I wanted to say something. Do give him the finger back, but I didn't do it. I didn't do anything. I just saw that this something is maybe his age has him reacting, doing things because he didn't go anywhere. This man held up traffic behind him. Okay? But I don't know what his problem was. He knew he couldn't go anywhere. He couldn't go forward. He couldn't come to the left. And I don't know what he expected me to do. I don't know if he knew what he was doing. But when he got up to my window, he gave, I like, look at this little old man giving me the middle finger. Now, you know, there are places and people you can't do that to. You can make yourself have a bad day. Do that sucker someplace else. Somebody would have trailed you, but me, I would have probably cussed him out, lying down the window, giving them. That's what I would have done back in the day. But I held my peace. I held my peace. I didn't give him the middle finger back. I didn't curse him. I didn't do anything, but kept moving. So, but I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to. Oh, I wanted to say something back to that man, but I held my peace, y'all. I held it. But that's crazy. This is why you just gotta be careful out here, man. Because somebody may have not reacted the way I reacted. Somebody could have done what, and worse, not more than just curse you out. People have known to follow people. You had a man had road rage with a woman and her kids. She did something, cut him off, or said something. He followed her home and unalived all her and all the kids in the driveway. So I would have laughed my eyes, but it's understandable in the U.S. Yeah, yeah, man. Because you know what? I learned that living in Chicago. I ain't got nothing to say to nobody. All those years I spent in Chicago, in the suburbs, I learned I ain't got nothing to say. I mean, I'm not scared, but I'm not stupid. After reading the news, and even about Chicago, it's any place in this world, you just don't know who you doing things to anymore. People don't have a sense of, roundness. They have a sense of being like, they're going through things. We don't ever know what somebody's going through. We got joblessness, we got homelessness, we got struggles, divorces. We got things happening that people may be, just because they look a certain way. You can't say anything to anybody just because they got a nice car, they may look affluent. You just don't know who you messing with. You can't judge a book by its cover. Just because somebody look like they got a suit on in the car and they look all together, that can be the same person that follow you home and make it bad for you that day. Right? That could be the same person that can make it bad. And it could be a female, it could be an adult, it could be a female, it could be a young teen, it could be anybody out there that can make your bad day bad because they're not together that day. Something could be going on. So my best thing is I'm glad I'm calm. Learn how to just zone out on them. Don't say nothing. Because that old man can be 80 years old and had a 8K sitting next to him in his lap, and I give him the finger and everything else, and he has some type of flashback, and next thing you know, he next to my car, and I'm looking down at his what he got in my window, right? You never know. Just because he's 80 years old don't mean he ain't carrying. Don't mean he ain't going through something. Man, don't mean that he didn't live through something, maybe some war, and maybe he looking for something, maybe he looking for a fight, and then I'm here to give it to him, and then he pull out his little, whatever he carrying, and here I am like, oh snap, just because I judge him as an old man, but possibility he can't do anything, and that will be the mistake you make, right? Can't judge a book by its cover. Don't take people because they old. You want to try them because they old. You want to try them because they look a certain way, because they're female, they're young. You never know what people got going on in their life, and you don't know if you'll be the trigger. But anyway, that's what happened in Cobb County, Georgia. Young man tried to run over a lady 3 times. He was heck bent on unaliving her for saying good morning. He must have left. She must look. Did she remind him of a girlfriend? Did he just have a breakup? Did he just get kicked out of his girlfriend's house? Maybe he didn't get nothing from his girlfriend. He said, that's a woman over there. What triggered him? Was it just her being a female and maybe looking like his girlfriend? Maybe he didn't get nothing the night before. Maybe he was mad, you just never know what triggers a person. What makes a man want to run over a woman and hell bent and trying to, did she remind him of somebody? Or was she just, why are you happy? Why are you so happy and joyful? Huh? Why are you so happy? Now let me take care of you. I tell you, you get on them buses in Chicago, you learn to keep your good mornings and smiles to yourself. Good morning, how are you? That look on those buses, it's not just one person. I learned on to shut up and get on the bus and be quiet. Just get on the bus and be quiet. A lot of people angry in this part of the world, yes. We just never know what's impacting them. People on Monday morning, it's probably the morning you don't want to say nothing to nobody. Coming off the weekend, family fights, divorce, fights over the weekend, drinking, whatever may have happened. Now you're dealing with a Monday morning spirit. It's like, just be quiet. Let's see if we can make it till Tuesday. Let's see how they feel by Wednesday. People go through some things on the weekend, and Monday morning is not the morning you want to say, good morning, how are ya? Now, even though I say good morning when I come on in the morning, I'm talking about city bus. That's what I'm talking about. Man. But a lot of angry people in this part of the world. Yes, Liza. Yes. I've been watching the new. Y'all know I've been a big fan of Little House on the Prairie for years. If anybody ever known, if I told you, I have watched every episode of Little House on the Prairie about 30 times. They have a new Little House on the Prairie. They got Laura. They got a Mary. They got Pa. They got a Jack. They got Ma. And it looks like they don't have no Olsons. They got a black doctor. I was looking for Nellie Olson and Willie Olson. They don't have an Olsons. They do have a Hispanic lady as the mercantile owner. They just got a post office. And it looks like what they're doing is picking up on some of the stories as I'm looking at this new Little House on the Prairie. They're trying to answer questions. I remember most of the episodes, so look like they're trying to pull in. They're taking you back. You remember some of the things that happened, but then they're trying to pull it in as well. So you see some of the old storylines that they're going back to. It's not the exact storyline, but if you watch Little House on the Prairie like I did, you can tell what they're talking about, and then they try to fill in those spaces. They got a young girl that almost looked like Laura. She's buck teeth, little buck teeth, just like Laura was. And if you catch it for a minute, what's wrong? Let me check on. Um, if you catch it, you look like she has just not really. She don't look like Laura, but she has a little buck tooth. Mary was a blonde with blue eyes. This Mary is a brunette with brown eyes. Carolyn is a redhead. So yeah, yeah. So no Nellie, no Willie. They do have another young girl who is, I believe she is French Indian. I think, yeah, she's French Indian. So her dad appears to be French. Her mom appears to be native. What is going on over there? I'm listening to him cough. Yeah, Lottie said he haven't seen it yet. I'm trying to get into it. I've been letting it play. Like I said, but new is not always like the old course, but I'm trying to get into it. I'm going to watch a movie on Netflix later called um, I'm Looking for You, or I can't find. A man is arrested for unaliving his son, and then he escapes to try to go find his son. I'm see what that is. I'm trying to um, watch that as well on Netflix. Um, yeah, so that's what's going on there. I think somebody left in my comment section about another hanging in Mississippi. I went looking of a child. I went looking for it. I don't see any recent hanging of a child, but there is a recent hanging in Mississippi of a 21-year-old female found hung behind a home. I spoke about that already. The last hanging in Mississippi was a young man from Delta University last year, on 2024, I believe it was. They found hung in 2024, 2025, in Delta from Delta University. That's the last hanging. The other one was in another state where a young 16-year-old hung herself from a tree in front of a church. So they've had 3 hangings in 2 years, yeah, as far as I know. But I haven't seen anything other of a child hanging themselves at this time. So whoever asked that question, I haven't seen anything of that in that nature yet. So of a child. Um, but yeah, what time is it? It's almost time. Yeah, I did. You did? I hadn't seen anything of a child hanging in the United States. Let me look again. Um, are you saying you? Let's see. Hold up, y'all. I still can't find anything about a child. I only heard of one hanging in Mississippi. If they, that's the only one I've heard of, and one in 2024. Now there was a hanging in Charlotte of a young lady, 16-year old, maybe 16, 17-year old female. Looked like she had a and maybe an African name. It looked like, I'm not sure, her name didn't appear to be of American, but it seemed to be something of foreign names. I don't know if it was African, Asian. I'm not sure what it was, but it wasn't. But she was 16 years old and was here that Puerto Rico has no water. The government wouldn't fix the infrastructure. I'll see where I can find those stories. Puerto Rico has no water. Hold up. Puerto Rico has no water. Infrastructure failed. Okay, NBC News. Just didn't hear about it. No water, no relief. Puerto Ricans suffer under historic drought and few resources. San Juan. Okay. So they got a water ration, one of the most aggressive water rations in decades. Wow. So Puerto Rico has a water crisis. Yet another crisis as major cities are rationing water for residents due to severe drought condition. I wonder if this is man-made. For more, water will be shut off 48-hour period for further disrupting daily life for residents and raising concern about potential public health issues. The crisis is also exposing the island's aging water infrastructure and lack of immediate government action, leaving many frustrated. Wow, that's sad. That's sad. Uh, it's probably going to get worse if they don't get any assistance. You know, people, they're rationing now. I mean, unless something happens, unless they get a great hurricane, rainstorm, or something, and you hate to see that happen to Puerto Rico. One moment, y'all. Let me go check on Kobe. Um, wow. They will be taking turns. One part of the island will be without water on and off until it's fixed. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. I'm about to get off here. I want to talk about another thing that's happening, and that is the Haitian situation that's going on. The administration has restricted some of the right to work. I forgot what it's called. I'm gonna look more on it. Where a lot of almost 300,000 Haitians are facing deportation, or in Florida, they're finding in Florida that a lot of people are now not out and about. They're not out and about because they're fearing encounter. Uh, they're facing encounters. Don't want to face encounters with the ICE. So I understand there are other places that where they're being aggressively approached, but Florida is bracing themselves for it as well. Over 300 something. Yeah, no, not to change subject. I'm about to essay this cookout watermelon shake. I'm about to sample this cookout water. Oh, you got it? Okay. Let me know what you think about it. Go lots here. I had so much watermelon at the bottom of my shake. The seeds. I was surprised that I actually had chunks of watermelon, not just little pieces, not like candy pieces. I had actual watermelon and chunks of watermelon at the bottom of my shakes. So let me know what you think. Yeah, so I'm going back. So yeah, guys, there's a lot going on with the government and trying to deport or having them to whatever they have to do in order to get their work visa together, in order to stay within this country. But that is another situation. Went from Samoa now to the Samoans, now to the Haitians, and it's just a situation right now, and yeah, it's sad. It's definitely sad. Um, so y'all keep your eyes on that. Prayers for people. A lot of people that are here trying to make a living. A lot of people came here after and was invited here after the earthquake um, years ago, and I want to say 2010. I'm not sure. Somebody, when was the earthquake? A lot of people came here for for reasons that they could not survive in Haiti after the earthquake, and so they came here to make a living to protect for protection, and now a lot of these businesses are a lot of the airport now they're saying like most of the employees at the airport and that whatever airport that is in Florida, in the area of the Haitian population, they're suffering. They don't have people to work. A lot of the businesses are missing employees. People are not coming to work. People were fired based on the situation. So a lot going on. So prayers up for the people of Haiti that is experiencing this uh, this situation that's going on. Yeah. Also, detention centers are holding children and grabbing them. Oh wow, wow. You know, I just it's just sad. It's sad. Um, it's sad, but the pendulum will change. It goes one way for a minute, and it'll shift back. It'll shift back. The pendulum always changes, and right now we're in these times, but it will change and it will get better. We're gonna just keep praying and believing. Ah man, y'all. But that's what was going on. Oh, up. Jalapeno. Now we got a problem with jalapeno. Jalapeno. Y'all just saw me drink a jalapeno margarita, strawberry margarita. Had big pieces of jalapeno in it, and the seed, and the vein. Now we got a jalapeno recall. And Chipotle and Qdoba are pulling their jalapeno products off the shelf. Dang. Now they're messing with the jalapenos. I know I heard about that. Now I just sat in and had me a big jalapeno drink. And now they're repulling jalapeno products, food products. Jalapeno sausages, anything that maybe, and these stores are like uh, Kroger's. They call, guys, look it up. Let me see if I can find something right quick. Jalapeno recall. Y'all. It's a shame. It's a shame. Wow. It's a shame. Jalapeno recall. 18 meat products recall. A multi-state salmonella outbreak linked fresh jalapeno peppers. I had fresh jalapeno. That's exactly what's happening, Liza. When they cut back on the government agencies uh, that were monitoring the stores, monitoring the plants and stuff, this is what we're getting. FDA is not gotten their agents out there, and when they were out there you could have a little bit of something, but when you don't have them agents out there going to check these plants and places that they need to check, this is what we have. This is what's going on. People are going to cut corners. If they think they're going to get away with it, I don't care. If they think they're going to get away with it, they're going to try. Okay? They're going to try. So this is what we got going on here. So let's look at what this, a multi-state Salmonella outbreak linked to fresh jalapeno peppers, and I had fresh jalapeno peppers in my drink. Distributed by Coast Citrus Distributors, the peppers has sparked wide-reaching restaurant supply changes, grocery stores, product recalls, and federal public health alert. Wow. So let's see what we got here. Okay. I'm going to try it. 27 states have been impacted. Minnesota and Colorado suffering the highest concentration of illnesses. Out of 345 confirmed cases, at least 36 hospitalization has been recorded. Original distributors primarily targeted food service network rather than direct grocery sales. Downstream recall have taken place as ingredients integrated into pre-packed meals, salsa, and meats. Chipotle and Cordoba, both chains pulled jalapeno from affected regional locations and swapped pepper suppliers. Cordoba temporary pause serving jalapeno entirely. Health officials note that because of these proactive steps, dining at these establishments no longer pose a threat. Albertson, Randos, Tom Tom, Jewel Osco, that's in Chicago as well, Hanford Supermarket, and Costco issued warnings to customers who purchase bulk jalapeno peppers at selected business centers. The USDA Meat and Poultry Alert issued an expanded public health alert for at least 18 different meat poultry products, ranging from stuffed chicken breasts to seasoned kebabs sold at major grocery houses like Kroger and Walmart. They contain the recalled peppers. So if you like those kebabs from Kroger's and Walmart, stuffed chicken, let me see if I got anything. Nope, don't have it. Do I have anything with jalapeno? God doggone, I gotta go check. Just like that bacon that came through from Canada to the U.S. The U.S. didn't expect and had to be recalled. Wow. Um, August 7th, 2026. Green Pilot Products. Um, H6. So, oh, my daughter loves this noodle. Sura Taman hot and sour flavor premium Japanese noodles soup base. Um, what is this? Oh, these are the drugs that were called back. Let me make sure anything I'm taking. Vegan non-dairy frozen dessert chocolate fudge sandwiches. Pistachio nut butter, better good. Wow. You know, I need to let it sit for a few. There's a hint of watermelon, lots of frozen pieces. Yes, it's good. Wow, I'm glad you're going to enjoy it. Yes, lots of frozen pieces of watermelon. Definitely at the bottom. Um, definitely at the bottom, Juskichi. And a lot of this stuff, a lot of people don't know, a lot of this food have been sitting in ports for a long time as well, y'all. A lot of stuff we still got backup from 2020, from the, remember y'all, we still got backup from the pandemic era. A lot of food sat in those trucks that they're not throwing away. A lot of them foods are sitting in these stores in frozen areas as well. So, got to be careful about that as well. But remember, we had a lot of food and a lot of things that were back up, and I still believe that some of this stuff is out here that they're trying to put out in the market as well. Definitely, I honestly believe Walmart is, allegedly, Walmart is one of those stores that got that frozen stuff from 2020, 2021, okay? So just says yes at the bottom. Yes, and it has the one I had just had, I had this watermelon. You taste the hint of watermelon. It's like, oh my, this is an actual, because you get a lot of shakes and sometimes it's a hit and miss on the flavor of what they're talking about. But that watermelon shake from Cookout was just packed full of flavor and watermelon. So I was surprised to see the watermelon pieces and the seeds in there. Just like the government is trying to put out that lab meat instead of real meat. They've been doing it for years. So um, again, who you control the food, you control the power eventually. Won't be about money. It's going to be who control the food. Who controls the seeds? Who controls the products? You know, who controls the food controls the power. Okay. The longer it sits, the better it tastes, says Jaskichi. Okay. Okay. Mm. Yeah. Yes. Did you hear Muskrat? He said he won't need human arm money in 20 we won't need humans or money in 2030. Wow. That's that's the plan. That is the plan. I was just reading something from Mark Cuban, and Mark Cuban has already stated there's at least 5 jobs that is in that that is in that may be taken, AI may take over in the near future. Mark Cuban, I think, stated these 5 jobs will probably go away in the near future. Y'all know I got to do the research again, and this is just what he's thinking. Not saying that it's true, but this is what he said. Mark Cuban. Let me clear this out. Fact check, and I'm gonna do a fact check, y'all. Fact fact check. Mark Cuban. Cuban. Fact check. Mark Cuban stated there are 5 jobs that may be taken over by AI in the near future. Let me make sure I got that right. Because they got fact check. I say fact check, and they put fact check. I'm like, dang, I sound that bad? That Gucci? Okay, let's see, search. Okay, so yes, this is true. Mark Cuban highlighted 5 specific job categories: entry level, white collar roles, job handling repetitive structured data entry, and basic keeping. Okay, software development, routine or entry level coding tasks face lower demand as AI assists in coding growth. Customer service, basic inquiries handled more efficient by chatbots and voice automation. One of the main things they're talking about is call centers. Call center jobs is almost out the door. Be careful. Call center jobs. Research and data analysis, summarizing data sets and generating standard reports. Finance and legal support roles, routine compliance, basic accounting, and document review. AI is moving quickly into that as well. AI is going to foster new companies and roles rather than cause a total job apocalypse. That's why them data centers are going up quickly and no one can stop them. That's exactly why the data center is going up. It's AI. And it was, y'all know what I thought it was? Y'all know these buildings that were coming up. I keep telling y'all, as a matter of fact, it was in 2024 before I moved from Chicago. I kept telling y'all, I kept saying, guys, what are these buildings? These concrete buildings with high windows, and it looks like no doors. And these buildings keep popping up all through the suburbs of Illinois. I mean, of Chicago, and they just pop up overnight, and they'll be in the craziest places in residential neighborhoods. Okay, I'm like, they're not going to put a prison in a residential neighborhood, right? And there's no announcement of prison. It's just these big concrete buildings. But they look like, how you going to get in this building? It looks like it's fortified. So it looks like it's fortified, right? Like it's how you get in. Why the windows so high? Because the windows are like way out with no access to them. So you got like window sources, but it's dark windows, and you don't see the doors. You just see a big building. So now I'm believing those are the data centers that were being built up all over the place. And I mean, I thought maybe it's going to be like an Amazon warehouse, but it's nothing. It's just a big concrete, ugly building. Those data centers only run on fresh water using millions of gallons per day, and they're causing. Y'all remember Blacklist? Remember the movie Blacklist? Anybody remember the movie Blacklist? When one of the blacklisters talked about uh, the sound that he could hear from the data centers, that there was a noise coming from these places like the antennas and stuff, and y'all see these string. Come back to it. Remember? Remember, he was talking about these places that were being built that generates a noise, blue noise or something, and it was driving people insane. Blacklist had a lot. Blacklist, and I hate to be your residential conspirator, Blacklist and Homeland Security, Homeland, go back and watch those TV shows. If y'all don't see what's happening today, if you don't go back and watch Blacklist and Homeland and see what we see today, they talked about that those data center, and he was trying to get the word out, and I believe he got mad, and he was a blacklister that was going around unaliving all the CEOs and the people that created this antenna or these centers, right? Then you had one that was messing with the genetic codes of the human body, right? They were able to have these signals go out, and if it matched a certain type of something within your body, you consume the food, right? And if they wanted to, they could set some type of signal off that can make you sick, right? You consume the food, and once you consume the food, they had the ability to set up some type of signal that can cause the food to cause illnesses. Y'all remember that? That was something on Blacklist, right? They can make you sick by the food you consume. They have certain things in the food that can pick up, like, think about if we're eating like certain things that have some type of metal or some type of component in it, that if they turn some type of signal on, that the food that we have consumed can cause illnesses. Ain't too far fetched, does it? Seem? I know conspiracy theorists. I know I'm not just talking. Don't go out here. I'm crazy, but just talking. Yep, that movie Obama. Yeah, he talked about what is it when the boat came on land? What was it? Something. I never watched it. I just couldn't. I don't know what reason why I can't watch that one. My ex was telling me to watch that for years. She's like, go watch that movie, and I've never watched it. I have never watched it. Mm. Yeah. Wow. It's crazy, isn't it? Like the ticks that make you not able to eat meat. What? Now they do have something called a bourbon tick out, which got people really. So y'all know I did my live on that one because I was like, wait a minute, bourbon? Hold up, Who messing with the bourbon? But it was some type of virus that a tick can cause in the upper state of New York. If it has, it's called a bourbon virus, and it can make you really sick. Um, I don't know, guys. Jalapeno, and I'm just thinking. I just had fresh jalapeno in my drink, and wow. What's up in the safe zone? What's going on? Happy Sunday to you. Yeah. I just had fresh jalapeno in my drink. I mean, they cut the jalapeno up, put the seeds and the jalapeno. It was so hot, y'all. Now, they don't take the vein out and they leave the seed in. So if you don't take the vein out the jalapeno and you don't remove the seed, your stuff you gonna burn, right? You gonna have a hot booty, and trust me, okay. And so they left the seed and the vein in. Yeah, they got a jalapeno recall. Um, Qdoba and Chipotle and Kroger's and all the other stores like Ralph and Costco, they have to recall their jalapeno and jalapeno products. So I can only eat them on nachos, man. I'm telling you, a good. I had a jalapeno pineapple, and they didn't call no liquor. They ain't said nothing about on the rocks. They didn't mention liquor. I ain't seen nothing but liquor yet. But because on the rocks got a real good jalapeno pineapple cocktail. They got it, man. They got a great pineapple jalapeno cocktail. But the cocktail I had the other night, the place I was at, the strawberry jalapeno margarita, that was excellent. Plus, I don't eat them on nachos. Yep, now I can't get jalapeno. Can't have no iceberg lettuce. Can't eat iceberg lettuce. Y'all, how about people are actually seeking out? Y'all tell me how crazy this is in the safe zone and Liza Cooper. Tell me how crazy it is. People are actually seeking out this iceberg lettuce as a diet plan to lose weight. People are actually seeking out this lettuce as a cleanser. They want to eat the lettuce to lose weight. Yeah, how crazy can people be? They're looking for the iceberg lettuce as a cleanser. Because you're going to poop for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month, they said. They said this thing could cleanse you out for months at a time. So people are going to look, I promise you. Let me see if I can, if y'all, I heard this. Really, my tablet just died. I heard this. Now, this is what I heard. Don't quote me. People are actually looking for this lettuce, iceberg lettuce, so they can lose weight. Where you can lose. Hey, Don Head, you mean? Listen, this thing can actually kill you if you had comorbidities, right? If you have underlying diseases, this thing can actually probably kill you because of the diarrhea. The diarrhea it causes, and then you're having to dehydrate, right? People don't think things through. You could die from this thing. This thing could get in and cause you sepsis, whatever. What is this? You can mess up your system. Do not go look for the iceberg lettuce thinking you're going to lose weight. Because we're thinking you're taking fluid and all this, and they don't have no cure for it yet. I mean, they got medication that you can actually take to probably, but people are actually getting super, super sick. People are actually getting super sick. And I heard it, this is what I heard. But I'm gonna try to confirm it, and this is what people are doing. People, you hear stupid things, but I don't put it past some people to think that they can eat this lettuce and as a cleanser. Okay? You're risking your life for a cleanser. I'm done. Let's see. Okay, let me come out. Little House on the Prairie. What's up next? Yeah, there's the blacklist right there. Yeah, this movie's called I Will Find You. Let me see. 2026. Let me see how that goes. Limited series, episode 1. Okay. I can make a healthy cleanser, but iceberg lettuce ain't it, says Liza Cooper. Now, people not thinking. If they're really considering that, they're not thinking this is not a cleanser. This thing is a bacteria or a virus in your body causing you some damage to your system, right? You're gonna be pooping. They said this thing can don't show for about a month or maybe weeks or so, and you can be pooping and sick for weeks at a time. Nope, don't need that. Uh. So no iceberg lettuce for my burgers, just plain cheese until they take the cheese away. It'll just until they take the hamburger and the cheese away, because I got a feeling they're gonna come for the cheese next. So it'll be just, and I really don't always eat cheeseburgers, but I do like grilled cheese. So if they come for the cheeses next, I don't know what to say. Use romaine. I ain't using no lettuce right now. I ain't using nothing. Hey, they gonna have us eating paper in a minute. Next thing you know, we're gonna be eating just paper and cardboard boxes cut out like food. They gonna have us eating cardboard boxes shaped like food. We're gonna be out here just in people's gardens and stuff, just hijacking people's who got a garden around here. Watch what happens. If you got a garden, you ain't gonna have to worry about them deers and little animals. You're gonna have people bunked over in your garden trying to get your jalapeno peppers, your lettuce, and your tomatoes. Watch out. Now you're gonna have people like, I can't go in the store and go shopping. And Martha Lou got a garden down the street. Somebody said just buy from a dairy store that comes local factories. When it comes to cheese, you pay about more about it than it's worth. Yeah, a lot of people are suggesting going to your local markets. Just go to your local markets and get the food. Go to farmers markets and stuff, and hopefully they're not going to the store, because they have been people stating that when we had the hit that people, some farmers were going to the stores and getting some of their products and selling it at the farmers market. No, we want food that are coming out of your garden, off of your farm. Do not go to the store and try to trick the consumer, right? We want fresh food off of your farm. Do not go to the store and try to buy the product and sell it. But there were rumors of that. Farmers going to, markets, to Costco's or whatever stores, and beefing up their supply. So got to be careful with that too. Oh, geez, you can't trust anyone. No, you can't. People try to beef up their supplies by going to the supermarkets and Costco's and beefing up their supplies. And that's a shame. No, don't do that. People trying, want to eat. I'm glad my niece was able to, she has a yard now that she started her own garden. Unfortunately, I don't have a yard, and so no, can't do it. But yeah, guys, it's crazy, right? It's crazy. Mm. Yeah, buddy. Woo. Oh man, I don't even know what to think. But that's all been happening, guys. Well, you guys hit that like button. I appreciate y'all coming in. Liza, thank you for the engagement. Maisha, thank you. Don Hood, thank you. Thank you guys for coming in and engaging and carrying on the conversation. You too in the safe zone. And y'all check out In the Safe Zone, content creator. Y'all check her out. She has some good things going on over there. How you doing in the safe zone? It's been a minute, right? But thank you for coming through. Liza Cooper, thank you once again. Thank y'all. Just Geechee once again. Enjoy that. Enjoy that. This is probably my third time eating at Cookout. Cookout got a good burger too. I ain't gonna lie. Cookout got a good burger. Um, Cookout got one of the best burgers out there, and I want to say, and some of the best hush puppies. Cookout doing the things with their burger and hush puppies. Um, I'm a whole vibe. Thank you as well. Uh, grateful too. Nice to see you and thank you as well. And Seretness, thank you for coming through. Drake Queen, thank you for coming through. I appreciate you all. Thank Candy Jones once again. Thank you. Yeah, you didn't get the alert, Candy. If you're still listening, if you come back and listen, go out, sign out, unsubscribe, subscribe back in, hit the little thing that looked like a little screw, not a screw, a little whatever, the little circle thing. Sign back in and hit all, subscribe all. So y'all have a great night. I'll see y'all tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I'll see you when God say so. And y'all have a great night and be awesome, be kind, be the change you want to see in the world. And yeah, eat safe, y'all. Pay attention to what's going on. Look like we can't have no jalapeno products. So no jalapenos for me. Mm, mm. But I'm definitely gonna get my jalapeno pineapple. They're not gonna stop that. Anyway, y'all, good night. I'm gone. This is Justice Reacts. I'm up out of here.